books represent humanity at its best and its worst. What can a book do, and why is it so dangerous that it needs to be physically annihilated?
The Index Librorum Prohibitorum, or the Index of Forbidden Books, was a compilation of publications deemed heretical or morally reprehensible by the Sacred Congregation of the Index, a former branch of the Roman Curia. This formidable list existed from 1560 until 1966. Church's intent was clear: to protect its flock from the perils of dangerous ideas that could lead them astray. One of the books banned at this time was Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, by explaining that diversity came from a biological process without any interference from God. Darwin put human beings in the same evolutionary level as all the creatures on the planet. Scientific advances have confirmed his theory, and even the Catholic Church ended up accepting decades later that evolution is compatible with faith. And today, more than 150 years after Darwin's theory became known, we know that evolution is a fact. Books that were seen as un-German or contrary to Nazi ideology were publicly burned. Their goal was to cleanse German culture and promote the Nazi view, erasing any ideas that came off as threats to Aryan supremacy. Authors like Boris Pasternak, whose Dr. Zhivago was banned. Due to the Soviet Union and the purging of literature 1917 to 1991 under the communist regime, numerous books like this one were banned, but this one was later converted to a film. Censorship was a key tool for maintaining control over the population and promoting the ideals of socialism and communism.
Stick together and we'll be all right. And be ready for them.
This is what they were afraid of.
Awful time to be alive.
Listen, lads. 10 miles up that road are the Germans. You've let them in. They're coming for your wives, your houses, your country.
Your country, officer!
Yes, my country. And
a decline in political power resulting in rebellion and, in the end, a revolution.
Violence, brutality. It's the same story, just a different name.
The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas was a book banned in schools and libraries. It was inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, and it dives deep into the themes of police brutality, the struggles of racism faced by black communities in America still today.
After the shooting of a 17-year-old black teenager by a white police officer,
it's best if she don't talk to Father.
He's threatening her.
It's about more than just Kalu. It's about black people, poor people, everybody at the bottom.
I need to speak for him.
The book was banned due to its explicit language, violence, anti-police sentiment, drug use, and criminal activity. The book deals with sensitive and politically charged topics such as race, class, and justice. Some believe these topics are too revealing or complex for young readers to have as a part of the curriculum.
You're going to have to get together and homeschool and do everything you can to protect your kids.
The book was found in state schools. Governor is saying it contains inappropriate materials.
Governor McMaster is ordering an investigation into how Genderqueer, a memoir which has explicit drawings of sexual acts, was found in the Fort Mill School District.
We're going to remove things that cause harm to our children.
McMaster issued a letter to State Education Superintendent Molly Spearman saying if school personnel had performed even a cursory review in this particular instance, it would have revealed that the book contains sexually explicit and pornographic depictions.
These things are dangerous, they're destructive, they're harmful, and they are against the law in South Carolina.
Superintendent Spearman fired back saying books located in libraries and media centres are not funded by and do not go through the state instructional materials process. Fort Mill School said the book has been removed from circulation in our high school media centres and our online catalogue, while the review process is complete.
Parents have filed official complaints about the book Genderqueer, a memoir about the author's childhood exploration of gender and sexual identity that's in the high school library. Now the school is reviewing the book to determine if it should stay on school shelves.
We want to make sure that we are honoring the process and going through all the different reviews beyond the reviews of an individual, but bringing that to a larger committee to make that decision because of the subjectivity.
Supporters of the book say that it provides a unique perspective that the classics lack that could help LGBTQ students feel seen and supported.
I believe it would be unreasonable to remove the books from the library that are being discussed currently. These books increase teens' feelings of belonging and self-worth with messages of acceptance and encouragement.
But some parents disagree, saying that the content is inappropriate for students no matter what their sexual identity is.
The books that we're talking about are said to have a value for this group of children. But what you're doing is you're attaching a value associated with oral sex or sexual intercourse to these children. How is that giving these children value?
Content aside, some worry that removing books would be the start of a slippery slope.
Libraries are full of books about all kinds of ideas and situations. They are books about war, crime, drugs, gangs. We learn from these books. We are not afraid of these books. We don't accuse librarians of trying to get kids to join gangs or start wars simply because they carry these books.